Everyone needs to be impeached of your office. The aspectual governance of this state needs to be audited and taken over. I stated this in the most professional way over a multi aspect of time. The hundreds, I probably over 400 to 500 videos or aspectual, sorry, 400 calls that have been made to federal law enforcement. If it has reached there, this country still is literally liable for the infrastructure of your telecommunications and whatever trace hopping has gone down in that area. First of all, people need to stop supporting politics, period. These people will have jobs, they will have office regardless if you vote or not. The electoral college is what they adhere to. This insistence. The population as a whole needs to adhere to its own insistences and its own continuation without governance of this aspect. They're not governing us. I have been literally economically trafficked. I have been labor trafficked throughout this damn state and or this particular city for the last 8 years. I'm literally being fed the food of kids, or and then kids shouldn't even eat the way I do, of literal malnutrition. I'm being slowly executed by extremist groups that have participation within aspects of administration. You people need to stop supporting celebrities. Celebrities will have jobs regardless if you go and buy a ticket or not, or if you literally and keep clicking yeses and likes and continuing their literal careers. These people have careers. They're hired by big business. They have a contract whether you like them or not. That's why that if you go and really meet them and hug them, they don't give a damn about you because they are already paid. You need to stop supporting celebrities. You need to stop looking at their videos. When you people start boycotting these people, these individuals, you'll understand that you have more of the power and you have more of a life. These people will not they don't care about I guarantee you, billionaires and other aspects pay these people off. They're prostituted with billionaires, so they don't need that. There's a lot of people in all parts of the world that have much more money, and they literally capitalize off of the backs of working people to allocate, garnering themselves much more of a bonus insinuation than what we will ever realize. And if we literally aspect to pay attention, we'll insist upon this. I'm not aspected to continue being more human trafficked. I have aspected many instances, hundreds of reviews over the last 8 years, and in particular the last 2 years, which I have been literally kicked out of my place of habitation, taken of all of my bank cards, taken all of my credit cards, literally put out onto the streets and literally laughed at by enforcement departments. Not everybody, but surely if you went to work and you had others that would mother freaking try to make any type of report, bully you, follow your family, you wouldn't do your job either. So that's what the hell is going on. Everyone needs to be impeached. Every freaking aspect of governance needs to not be supported by us citizens that are when you are the working class, you get taxed the most. I don't want my taxes going to anything when there is our victims' Bill of Rights and our Bill of Rights are not adhered to. I have never gotten any reprieve for what I'm going through. I have never aspected any professional aspect because of human trafficking. The invasive visual recording with intention of selling it because they are literally going into the aspects of people that are in prison or in some other aspects that you don't even know, and it's paying for their commissary needs to not be paid for by your tax dollars. It's your tax dollars. And the more you go up in the tax bracket of people with very good jobs, they don't pay taxes in that type of way. Us working class people are being taxed. I've been taken of over $50,000 and no one has done a damn thing. And that's a considerable setback in an aspect of insistence of years. I'm not a prostitute. I'm not an adult dancer. I'm not any of that type of stuff. I can't make that in four nights. I don't traffic traffic drugs. I can't make that within the assumable amount of time that it would take to recoup any insistence that it's a setback. It is a setback. Nothing has done anything. This has been across a few administrations and nothing has got. I don't care about all of this insistence. If every aspect branch of government were working allocationally, and the insistence, I wouldn't have to aspect to the White House. I would have to continue to aspect towards different regions of FBI, and nobody is willing to facilitate, or it's because the infrastructure is literally taken over through trace hop diversion. And the insistence is this country and each state is still liable for your infrastructure of your telecommunications reaching somebody that could help. But when things get big enough or it becomes more of an insistence where it's an embarrassment, then factors want to insist upon, oh, we have help. You should have went through this department and this department and this department. There are no departments that are doing any work. I have literally went to physical aspects, even without the insistence of telecommunications, of people that are not doing jobs. I don't want to be hazed. I don't want to be fucked with in any type of way that's unprofessional. And I insist, I'd like to have a party just like anybody else, but there's no party when you can't live your life. There's no party when you are enslaved, and I have been a slave. There is no exaggeration to what I'm saying. And there are hundreds of videos. Please check out the lives that I did yesterday, because they have literally suppressed the video. Check out the live. It tells a literal chaotic insistence of the extreme stress that I'm going through, that aspects tortures infliction of emotional distress. Judge, I want my insistence of my civil lawsuit that aspects 3 times damages, especially because of things being insisted upon regulatory businesses that these integrated enterprise have ensconced themselves within, that are in my phone list, in my life, and the names are in the lives. If anybody else would check out those names, because I don't have time to go through every name and insistence right now. I literally have insisted people that I've grown up with have literally stopped talking to me because of media companies in this company giving them cars and dropping bags of money around this city. They drop bags of money in this city. Elijah, they dropped $30,000 that you were in a hotel with, because this is what they're giving people as a bribery aspect. They're busting through cars here, and people know about it, taking money and giving it to whomever is the best prostitute in the city. They are prostituting inside of commercial businesses. They're prostituting inside of the building that I'm in right now. They're prostituting inside of the building that I was in. They're prostituting in my apartment that they literally ran me away, and my $1,000 alarm system is still connected, and which they literally use the state's processes to make up a forgery and fraudulent claim of it's fraud to kick me out of my apartment, because I was vocal about telling everybody what goes on. I was vocal about anytime that I was at a job or at work, they put me at sex clubs to do my job and work. And because I've aspected that human trafficking is going on in these locations, and human trafficking were going on in professional buildings where consulars were located, that this was not an insistence. And because I professed these things, I had to be pushed out. I have been going through hell since Hurricane Harvey, because people have told me in this damn community to get on camera and speak for them about what was going on. These people did not have aspectual health insistences that aspected in the restrooms. These people had porta potties. There was no Lysol. There was no soap. There were babies inside of a warehouse type of building without any air. But after I made an insistence, then things changed. There were literal fans. Then you had aspectual people that were the police department trying to do aspects and monitor these places. You had the aspectual porta potty people come and actually empty the toilets, of which people had to use the restroom to enact an insistence of what could be biohazard insistences of an attack, using state processes or compromising people at the insistence of under duress because of a storm that has happened. I went to a Palace Inn. I went to an assistant, and it's not the Palace Inn's fault. It's every damn hotel. I was moved, and this is traffic across 8 different hotels, and recorded and undressed, recorded in intimate acts, recorded in the shower, and it's being sold to the highest bidders to aspect myself. And this is how I've been trafficked. It can be men, it can be women. It is not matter of your sex. Believe me, these homosexual actors don't care about any of that type of stuff. They are willing to fuck men. They're willing to put women up for sale. I don't know, and they are willing to use their relationships, and these are men and women, to go out there and proxy other individuals, regardless, to get you into their insistence, so that they take away every aspect that is your normalcy of life, so that you are able to or have to go in under the aspects of duress for not wanting to be on the streets, into their literal den of horror. I am tired of this going on in this state. I am tired of it not being redressed and per governance within the United States. I am tired of the United States government aspecting only foreign policy and not enacting anything that has to do with domestic terrorism. It is not a matter of just organized criminal activity. That is the main statute, but it is literally people literally aspecting and literally with force putting down the policies of the United States, of the government, with embarrassment, and everyone that comes here literally gets enslaved, taken over. I have seen many people that come from different countries and different states of insistence within this global market that have been inundated, literally taken the hell over and raped through their economics, raped through their emotional insistence and their literal emotional well-being, to not be the same anymore and be relegated because of electronic means and electronic harassment. As I've stated, you people need to stop literally supporting celebrities. They are funded by big business. They are not the enemy, but they damn sure are the distraction. You need to live your life, and us come into an assistance of which we can pay each other, because I guarantee you those billionaires, they can leave today or tomorrow. That's why they go to their little islands and everything else, and they don't need the working class. They're just here because if there's more bonus money to enslave us, I have been through this enslavement. I am a slave in this state. It is, I know I sound extreme and you have to excuse me. I understand that I have been, I seem literally chaotic, erratic. This is the definition because of the inundation of what has happened to me of pure, total harassment, pure terroristic threats, total stalking, aggravated assault and battery. I still have the scar and my insistence. I'm surviving cancer, so you have to excuse me. Any part that you want to make fun of me, talk about me, you can do that. I had no hair. I had no eyebrows. I didn't even think that I would go back. I had to ask the doctor, how long do I have to live? I had to ask the doctor, I don't think my hair it would grow back at any part. So anybody wanting to come up and make fun of me and talk about anything, they can continue to do that. And these are the people that are named. Look at any of the lives that I have given. The one, especially as of yesterday, it was suppressed. These media companies are using TCP code injections and literally suppressing half of my videos so that my voice is silenced. They want to, I had a gun to my head, literally at the COVID aspect. This is the year 2020, October 6th. And this is to take away at that night $8,000 of my money. Further than that, then $20,000 from the United States Treasury. How in the hell do enactments, if I went and stole $20,000 from the United States Treasury, don't you think they would be motherfucking coming at me in some type of way? That the people that were my roommates, Janicia, Ishmael, and anybody else, Gabriel, Cairo, that you know what the hell I'm talking about, do you? And if you have not went to any insistence to give your own account, you need to go and do that. My money is not to take care of anybody else's children. I'm sure anyone else could value assistance. I'm going to keep saying, as I've stated over most videos, I am not taking care of your children. Janicia, I'm not taking care of your children. Maskila, I'm not taking care of your children. Gabriel, I'm not taking care of your children of any sort. You're not helping me. Emotional intelligence says when you are helping somebody, you make sure that you let them know about what help you're aspecting to themselves so that things go smoothly. And in case anything hits the fan, that they would understand how to stay within aspecting the help from the people that are helping them. Let me tell you something. When you're prostituting with these people, if you're enacting a part of espionage so that you can gain an inch that will help me, you need to let me know this so that I can stay quiet about my health. Otherwise, everything is lost. I have irreparable harm towards my life. And that's Rule 680 in this state. I have aspected it. I've lost everything. And let me tell you something. You can't just drop me a bag of $30,000 and somebody's going to be behind me, chasing me, and literally running me freaking crazy and taking everything out of my house, including food, my happiness. Money cannot buy what the fuck I've been through in regards to being literally distorted of the perception of this reality by persons that have on work clothes. And it's not just vagrants. Vagrant people are not, they're the ones being taken upon and advantaged as the unassuming population through deceptive trade practices, and nothing as I have had to study more than aspects. I went inside of law offices and they would not help me out, telling me that what I'm talking about is way above their head. I don't want to be hazed. I don't want to be played with. Well, I don't need to be trained anymore. I've been through this aspectually enough for 8 years. I've been studying this long, and what has aspected is every part of the law that I've aspected, and none of it is at most the most incorrect. It's not being adhered to in this state. That means that everybody's going to work and they're not working, as the president did say. So that is something that you have to aspect, that Mr. President, you have to understand that it may not be a direct attack against you, but because I understand in this country we have so many protections per each state, and the executive branch can't do its most. But because you can't do anything, and you're not the militant King Arthur going around with a sword, I'm not aspecting that. I'm aspecting from the entire grief of 8 years and the literal inundation of I'm a grown ass man, and people would think that I'm crazy right now, but if you see all my videos, you know I'm not crazy, and everyone should understand through this profession that I was not lying. I told you that I would lose everything. I told aspects that I'm being stalked to living death. I'm tired of being told. I'm tired of being aspected. Stagnation means it literally creates debt. It creates inflation in the entire, that's a national security problem, Mr. Governor, and everybody else that is a governor. But you have to go through so many protocols and so many divisions of enforcement before you get to the governor's desk. And I went to everybody, the high priest, and everybody that I'm literally aspecting this to. I'm not against celebrities, but you're living your life at the aspect of what you are literally being paid out of a contract. These people are being distracted. I need them to not be distracted. If we helped each other out, we could probably pay each other and live and not be slaves and eating literal crap food that I'm being given, as literally trying to slowly execute me as I'm healing from cancer, and I'm having to eat things that have no nutritional aspectual value because of people paying attention to my browser history through cyber stalking and electronic data tampering, taking any aspect to put the most weaponizing food in the aspects that I have to be relegated. It's not the places that I've had to go because I've been run out of my apartment. They're not the culprits, but for the inundation of the insistent enterprise that are the organized criminal activity group, that are my past roommates, that are some of my family, that are all of those names that I've named. Please check out those previous lives. It may get video suppressed at this moment, but I've told every name. I don't let any new person in. I don't let any new person out. These are people that are contained. When you are human trafficking somebody, and when you are life invasion, sabotage, and attack, you would inundate everybody that is in the person's family, their immediate friends, so that they have no support to go to because you want to create isolation. They're trying to create cyber community isolation. That's why they are literally suppressing videos or having and communicating with people that I subscribe to, some of you subscribers, so that you end up aspecting myself as a push away because they are purporting human trafficking and recording myself in undress and other intimate acts. And this has been going on since the hurricane, which large events, including sporting events and anything, are being used by human traffickers. This is when people go missing, just like Mardi Gras, the most dangerous time of the year. And this continues to happen and nothing has gone on. This is why I'm so vehement about my life. I've lost I'm surviving cancer. I don't want to be the most popular. I don't even want to be on here talking anything. I would rather be enjoying some of you guys' videos who I subscribe to, and I literally am, I do things that literally purport your lives. Excuse me. But that's not what I have to do. I have literally been forced into duress because there is no remedy at law that will aspect my life. I've had irreparable harm. These people have pushed me out on the streets. I've never been on the fucking streets of my damn life. That is a disrespect to my life and how I grew up. It is a disrespect to anything that I could further aspect. There's any insistence that is of, and what some of you men will never be in your life or understand, but because you want some sort of social club and you want to continue the aspect of your oral sex and to bribery, this is what you think that you are. You are not that type of man. I'm telling you that right now. You will have to, if anywhere in this world, I will be able to be aspected in the globe and the aspectual esteem of what I am talking about, and some of you know that, which I'm not going to discuss. You can continue to electronic data tamper. You can continue to literally aspect PHISING into my emails. You can continue to inundate any parts of rogue enforcement to get your way and aspect your literal retaliation against somebody who I didn't make I have my good days, I have my bad days, that even through cancer, I still keep my ass going, because if I didn't, I would have instances of human traffickers and plunderers at my aspect gate. What I'm asking for, I've been asking for 8 years, so I don't think that it's going on. This is why I stated what I'm stating. I'm not aspecting anything that has to do with treason. I'm not asking because each branch, executive, judicial, and whatever the other fucking branch is, it's not being, it's so many aspects that you have to go through. Grant people the option to have amnesty out of this country. If some of you, the working class is not, I don't want to be enslaved. If you people cannot do anything to help because you are scared that gangsters and other people are going to run into your house, they're going to abuse you and anything else, grant with your money, get insistent sponsorships to garner people as sexual passports to get out of this country. You have to excuse me because of the triggering that has happened to me. I've had extreme PTSD. I stutter now, and I have never stuttered a day in my damn life. There is demonstrative evidence of that. I graduated the top half of my class. I don't have that type of problem. I never have until this complete terrorism, which is enacted of my life. Leo Sotolio, whoever you are, what I'm talking about is what I've detailed in the beginning of this video. If you've missed it, you need to go into the past lives. You need to look at the past shorts and videos that I've gone through. I'm talking about organized criminal activity that can happen to you. And if you are a part of this aspect that is cyber stalking me, then you need to understand that this is kept for my record so that you are jointly and severally liable, and you are criminally aspected as an enjoyment of law of parties within this state. Hi, HHHHHG and all that, you know, hi. Maybe, and that's what you're asking this Leo person what I'm talking about, and that's what I stated. Go and look at, describe everything in the few, I only have 4 lives. I don't do these things. As I've stated, I thank some of you for your observation. If you are not, you know, being bribed and told to be of this insistent that is of a stalking nature. This needs to stop in the United States. Every person that comes from another state, they tell me the same horror stories, and it gets worse as I hear more stories. That means that there's such a failure in domestic remedies, and maybe it has to be foreign aspects from coming into the country at the moment to close off these borders so that something can happen. I'm not a governor. I'm not a mayor. I don't work inside of any type of their offices. And I've done so much research, and I don't know. You can't keep things hidden about someone's life, and I've had to work my ass off, and people keep shutting doors. So that means nobody's doing their jobs in regards to myself, and I'm sure a lot of other network of regional people, because I'm around them all the time, every day. I'm around people that are being treated like dogs, but I'm speaking for myself now because I've spoken for everyone else way too much. I want life, I want liberty, and I want the freaking pursuit of happiness. And if I can have that, I want to be aspected with amnesty out of this country. As I've stated, stop supporting celebrities for a moment. Stop supporting, I didn't say you have to hate people. Stop supporting politicians for a moment, baby. They have the electoral college. They're going to always continue. They are protected by the noble class. They will always have governance. What needs to happen is there needs to be aspects that help out the working class, because we are, and I've seen it for myself. If it can happen to me, and I was a normal working class person doing and literally aspecting and could speak for other people really don't have a chance. And some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you that are deranged in whatever these fraternities are that are aspecting, and you're using them as counterintelligence against civilian populations, and or you have aspects. So this is not even gangs. Gangs have been around since the 90s. I've never had these types of problems. These are people that think that they go sleep with gang members, and it's not even, let me stop, but they used to have been in those things, and they went crazy. So now you're just a radicalized person, and then you consider aspecting with 2 or more people, you become an extremist group, or you're aspecting with people in work clothes. I really want to draw this to a close because I've said all I have to say. As I've stated, check out the lies, check out any things that are my shorts, or the things that are not suppressed. I'm stuttering way too much now because I have slower connections in my mind because I'm being aspected of weaponized food. If I'm aspected of healing my body from cancer, I'm not going to eat the most weaponized food. They're taking away state allocations of which I cannot eat, and these are the persons that have aspected of trying to feed Jada and Kayla, and Lord knows I feel bad for them, but that I have esteem. That's not my children. That has nothing to do with myself. I have had $20,000 taken away, particularly from those persons in that family. We're in the same city, same states. There's been no communication. There's been no drops of money for me. All the drops of money that a person, female by the name of Tuesday, to Tranika, all these people that you have been taking these things and living at the Scottish Inn, and did you take my BMW, and other persons of Ramon? Who did take a car that was supposed to come to myself, because everybody's getting cars in my contact list, right? I have $1,000 light bill that was aspected towards myself, and they literally aspected through fraud. Gave me some weird ass apartment, and that was the size of a shoebox that I had to live. I'm 5'10", and I couldn't even fit in that motherfucker. And I through pure exhaustion, I just stayed in there and literally had robbery and insistent prostitution activity enacted while I was away 13 hours a day doing a normal aspectual type of work. You can't just throw me a new something and the same activity of organized criminal activity is going to go on. I don't want it. Then going there, what am I going to ask for a light bill? I still have a bill to pay because of what's been run the hell up, and through siphoning of electricity and all of these types of things. I would rather stay in a mental asylum for all of that. That's what's going on. I know damn well that there's not going to be that happens with Homeland Security. I know damn well there's not going to be any aspects that other states like California and everybody else, they got to have the Marines to come in and help them. I thought my parent was a Marine. Like, why in the hell can't we get help in this stuff? We can't get the National Guard. We can't do. But I don't know what they can do if it's the people in work clothes. They're literally trying to target. It's not targeting the vagrants. And I'm gonna make this clear. One part. It's not mostly the vagrants. It's not the normal working class. It is people in work clothes that are trying to maintain some gatekeeping stuff, and they can come kill me. They can come aspect any part of that way that I stated. And if any aspectual type of insistence happens, I've already stated it right now. And this is because of what I am doing. And I'm going to keep doing it because I live in hell every day. I don't have life every day. I am unhappy because of organized criminal activity every day. I am unhappy because I have to study what the part of what law enforcement should be, and nobody follows the freaking law, that aspects that's in these computers. Google is not that damn crazy. Google lets you learn. It's a full stacked library so that you can learn. You can learn about it quick enough so that you don't have to go. You're not, some of the people are so lazy, you're not going to get your ass up and go to a library, of which me and my damn family, we would go to the library when I was a damn kid for fun. These people are not learned. They are learned. They are learned. It is, I don't have anything. Let me make this clear. I don't have a thing against anybody that does something of their own will, that is adult entertainment or anything else. But people that are supposed to be in respectable positions, prostituting themselves or prostituting others, and for while trying to diminish and take away from unassuming populations, disabled persons, and using kids as depots because your grown ass doesn't want to get up and go do anything that aspects of a job, and it's not anything wrong with you, and trying to get freaking food allocations just because you want to be able to eat Cheerios and freaking Fruit Loops all goddamn day and play video games. Hell no. I've been through too damn much in the last 3 years. That would seem almost, and it is aspirational, it's inspirational, because I didn't depend, I would throw up fuck every day. And I still do sometimes. And I don't need to have to tell my business about anything, but I don't freaking complain. You would never know that I'm not feeling good. You would never know this because I have to still keep doing everything in the same energy as somebody that's very much of normal strength. I have to put myself out through this insistence of exposure. It's a bit of information extortion. This should be another predicate act. Racketeering has literally aspected two specific instances within the last 10 years that aspects this insistence. I'm tired of being the puppet for whatever parts of enforcement. I want my lawsuit money, and I'm putting that out there now because it's aspected. It's tortious infliction of emotional distress. The most is what I get from aspectual restitution and literal aspects of triple damages. Stop weaponizing environments, please. This has been every place that in the last 3 years, they've broken the air conditioner during the summer. I'm sweating right now where I'm at. They literally aspect other persons couldn't say there that there's nothing wrong with the temperature spaces. That I am tired of being played, and anybody else would. I don't know what underground railroad exists for some of us. And now I'm gonna speak for us because I've spoken about myself a lot in this video. But I damn sure want to be on that train to Georgia and up out to the north, up somewhere else. It is very much sad. I used to always say, especially some people would understand, and I have it online. It like it's a blast to be me. I used to love just waking up, just to be imbued inside of culture, and I used to love it. I have such a loss of consortium that it makes no sense. But I still sometimes, if I'm not in my own mood and if I don't speak, if I'm being because I'm really inundated and I'm really unhappy, but I still maintain professionalism. I don't want to be I didn't say that I want to be the most professional person. It's just the way I come off. But I don't sit up here and say that I won't have my bad days, and I have them every day. And everyone else does too. If I'm depressed, it's not because I just did it for myself. I'm depressed for myself. It's because of what's happened, and it keeps happening, keeps furthering of engaging within the aspects to make me and other persons seem and become suicidal. I've never had any ideology like that in my life. It's a blast to be me. I've been rich, but I have grown up with the mindset of my family that I could do anything because of my imagination. I've never understood loss, and I've never understood hunger. But because I do, I understand what other people have gone through. That's why I don't talk. I'm not talking about mere vagrants that you literally, now I know that you've been worn the hell out and nobody believes you enough and you just start giving the fuck up. So you stop caring about your hygiene. You stop caring about you stop changing clothes. You stop wanting to take showers because you didn't want to be recorded in the damn showers. Or you stop doing everything because you are going to work because for what? You're going to be taxed and someone else is going to be taking your money, or literally it's not going into your retirement account. And that's why you have 60 and 70-year-olds once they think that they're about to retire and then they don't even have any money. Or you have 60 and 70-year-olds living in apartments of starter apartments where 20 and 30-year-olds live, and it's an imbalance of cultures and systems, and they get taken over by people that don't have the same repose because they have to go through the same lessons in order to grow up. But you have people that have been through all of those things, and then they keep this cycle of imbalance going on. There's nobody that's going to help us. I keep stating all of these aspects, thinking that something would have helped myself by now, but it won't. If there's somebody that wants to help, and it's aspect self-esteem to ask for help. I never have before. I didn't ask nobody to help me stop throwing up. I didn't ask nobody to sit in a room with me while I'm asking a doctor how long did I have to live. I didn't ask anybody to help me grow my hair back. I didn't ask any of that. I'm asking for help out of this city, and all these celebrities that want people to support, and you're not public servants. You're not the police. You don't owe anybody. So I'm not weaponizing you. But for those that state that they want to help, then all these people help get me a passport and get me somewhere. When you're going through human trafficking, you can't move to the next city, the next state. Help, and I don't want to put too much out. Help get me out of here. I'll do anything if you just help get me out of here. Straight Phil Collins moment. Tonight. Whoa. I'm tired. I've been going through this for almost 10 years. I don't understand. Some of you, I really commend you that are in public office. I want to retire already, and I've not even been given a placement within city council. Dr. Evans and others, Dr. Williams, I've seen some of your work. I've studied so much that I literally, and I'm not taking the work away from paralegals and any of that, or, LLPs, those types of things. But if you want to someone wants to give me a job, you can. I am so versed. But I need to get away for about 2 years or a year. Like this is just what that is. It's everyone wants a vacation. I get it, but I am wiped out. Sometimes more than others. Thank you.